start with the raspberry sauce because it needs time to cool before we start working on the mousse itself. So I have here 10 ounces of frozen raspberries. You can use fresh ones as well. And I'm adding to that a quarter of a cup of granulated sugar. We're gonna cook them over medium heat until the sugar is dissolved. Make sure you stir from time to time, and if you find that the heat is too strong, bring it down a little bit. As you can see, the sugar has dissolved completely. We're gonna cook it for another minute or so, and it should be done. And that's it. That's exactly what we're looking for. All the sugar is gone. Now with my hand mixer, I'm gonna puree my raspberries. So we're gonna set our puree aside, and in the meantime, we're gonna dissolve our gelatin. I'm using here half a tablespoon of gelatin, and flavored one, and 2 tablespoons of water. Just give it a good mix, and we're gonna let it dissolve and swell for 5 to 10 minutes. Now let's add our gelatin to our raspberry puree, and you want to give it a good mix to combine everything. The puree is still on the warm side a little bit, so it's going to help the gelatin to dissolve. So now that the gelatin has completely dissolved, we're going to set aside the puree and move to the crust. So now let's make the crust. So for that we need 9 ounces of graham crackers or digestive cookies, which we will just crush until we get crumbs. I'm gonna put them through my food processor. So my cookies are now reduced to crumbs. As you can see, we don't have any pieces left. To that, I'm gonna add melted butter. And as always, you'll find all the ingredients in the description box. Just want to give it a quick mix so that everything is well combined. It's gonna look like a paste actually. I have a 9-inch springform pan here, and we're just gonna press our crust down into it. You want to make it as flat as possible. As you will see, the more you tap on it, the flatter it gets. And I find that using a rubber spatula makes it a lot easier than a spoon. It's really hard to tell if everything is flat and even, but I find that that's the beauty of baking, right? So now that the surface is flat and nice, we're just gonna place it in the fridge and start working on the chocolate mousse. So first we're gonna dissolve our gelatin. I'm adding water to it. And I am using unflavored gelatin. So give it a good stir. we're just gonna leave it to the side and let it swell. So I have here a double boiler. I'm adding my heavy cream and white chocolate. And we're gonna cook it over medium heat. Make sure you stir it from time to time. You don't want the chocolate to be stuck in the bottom and burn. Now all the chocolate has dissolved. We're good. So let's take it off the heat and let it cool a little bit before we add the gelatin. When it cools down a little bit, add your gelatin. And mix until it's completely dissolved. Don't add your gelatin when your milk and chocolate mixture is too hot. Wait until it's warm. Now all the gelatin has completely dissolved. And we're gonna let it set and cool at room temperature. So I have here very cold whipping cream, and we're gonna beat it until stiff peaks form. So our whipping cream is ready. And now we're gonna add to it the white chocolate mixture. Just make sure it is completely cooled. So we're just gonna mix it up low speed. So now our mixture is smooth. We just want to make sure that there are no lumps. Perfect. So I got our crust out of the fridge and we will pour the mixture right over it. And now we're gonna place it in the fridge for about like 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes while we make the raspberry mousse. And now let's make the raspberry mousse. And just like the white chocolate mousse, we're gonna start with whipping cream. And we will beat it until stiff peaks form. Make sure your cream is very cold. It helps to ferment very quickly. Now we're gonna add the raspberry puree and beat until everything is combined. I am starting at low speed, as you can see. And now it's ready. We're just gonna pour it over our first layer. So now that our first chocolate mousse layer has set, we're gonna add our second layer, the raspberry mousse. Look at these colors. They look amazing together. I cannot wait to taste this. So gently flatten the surface. And it's perfect now. So now back to the fridge for 4 hours, or even better, like if you can wait, overnight is even better. Our cake is ready now. We're just gonna run a warm knife around it. So I'm just gonna randomly put some berries on top. I know it's a raspberry cake, but I wanted to add some berries as well. I just love that color mix between the blackberries, the raspberries, and the strawberries.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it, and don't forget to subscribe. And for those of you who have Instagram, you can find me there as well.